maybe 30 seconds or so late today. Not bad, not bad. Not bad for a Thursday, and we are getting the second live signal, so hopefully this means we are live, and I will try to find it here on my trusty iPad. Make sure that we have good audio. Maybe 30 seconds or so. And we do, and we do. We've got good audio in the house, and there you go. We're coming up on 1 minute after 5. Not bad, within a minute. Within a minute of the official start time. Not always easy to do for a 5 o'clock start. And the lovely Bree was in 4 minutes early. She's in hanging out 4 minutes early. Oh, by the way, Bree, I figured out how to send Bitcoin from the Cash App, which is very good news. Maybe we'll have to do a test sending you some Bitcoin from the Cash App next. Our Wags is in the house. We need a little pregame show. Is this another emergency broadcast? Hi to all, and I hope you're having a nice warm summer day. It is getting a little bit warm here, a little bit humid today, but not bad. I got a nice long walk in. And no pregame show today, though. We were about 30 seconds late, actually. And Lance was in the house holding down the fort, though. He was in there early, and as was Durr. By the way, this is an emergency broadcast. We have a client, or a subscriber, actually, not a client, a subscriber who has a Super Jubilee for sale, folks. So somebody that has a Datejust that needs a Super Jubilee bracelet, this might be a good move. I'll show some photos in a minute, and maybe we can put this gentleman together with a buyer. Now, I can't vouch for this person. You'll have to do your own research. They just contacted me and sent me an email with photos of the bracelet. That he is in South Korea, and he has the bracelet for sale. So there you go. That's how that whole thing works, and it's actually a decent price, or I wouldn't even be talking about it. Let's see here. They're still obsessed with the mustache thing. No, I don't think you're going to see me grow a mustache anytime soon. Stig's in the house, too. We'll ask the lovely Brianna what she thinks about a mustache. And Triforce Rich is hanging out. Lance is saying hi to a bunch of people. It's time to get the show on the road. That was at 4:56 p.m. Durr was wanting it early. Craig, eat your eat your sweet potato before the show. And we can do a 2-hour stream today. Durr, the food eating routine is precise science. Craig wants to maintain perfection. Isn't that right, Bree? The lovely Bree is hanging out, and Stig is in the house. He's all over the place. We can say everything we want. Hello, Lady Brianna. Let's see. Hey, yeah, that's the advantage to getting in early before I'm in. You guys can have a free reign. But then again, if you're too free, then a member of the wrench gang might... I wonder, can a wrench gang member hit another wrench gang member with a wrench? How does that work? A wrench fight. In that case, we should just do the show an hour later then. Triforce Search Craig should just have a camera setup attached to him for 24/7 live streams. That's what iJustine did back in the day. She did that. Who's selling the Jubilee? We'll talk about that. And let's see. Craig should eat the sweet potato on the air. Archie eats full, large pizzas, and people super chat him to do it. Well, that's not good for him, though. He shouldn't be eating a whole pizza like that at one sitting. That's going to contribute to his issues, his health issues. And Kyle's in the house. Who's selling it? Oh, we will tell. Sure, it will be after midnight. Okay. Let's see here. And Lance is hanging out. Our Wags is hanging out. Everybody was hanging out. Best bracelet ever. Jaden in the house. And yeah, if I had a Datejust, I would be all over this bracelet. If I didn't have one already. If I just had like the watch head, and I didn't have a Jubilee. By the way, you guys are going to have to help me out with what watches this will fit. Durr says emergency progress. Craig needs to grow pencil mustache and put an end to the COVID-19 pandemic. By the way, we've got to talk about some of this stuff in the news recently. This is getting ridiculous. This whole thing is getting absolutely ridiculous. Oh boy, the trolls are out there. It's just unbelievable. Carlos is all over the place. Time to move towards mustaches. Kyle is joining the mustache gang. I saw it growing in nicely yesterday on the stream. Winch, uh, Wrench gives Wrench immunity. Okay. Golden Wrench with Gold GS Stunner. Let's see. Craig Boat is back in the house. Craig, please help me. I need clothes. That dirty wife is coming after me, and I need to get out of this hotel. Corey Wilson James contacted me and said he had over 40 years experience in escaping wives. There you go. I wonder if that's actually somebody like Clive in there pretending to be Craig Boat. Let's see. Durr's in the house. Kyle's in the house. I know Durr. Mine is so legit, making Tom Selleck jealous here. And Craig Boat Troll is back. Hi, Williams Watches. How's it going? Okay. All right, let's get on to the meat of the show, folks. The meat of the show. Let's do a time check before we do that. And yes, this is an emergency broadcast today on behalf of a subscriber. And this gentleman is Charles Moore. Okay, I'm going to show his email here. And that's his email address, and it's in the description of the video. Hey, you send me something you want to sell, and I'm going to share your contact information. So don't email me if you don't want the information out there. So anyway, this guy had a deal with a local dealer who was selling it wholesale to them, and then they tried to jerk him around on the price, and so he decided to contact moi. And let's see the pictures here. Let's see the attachments. That was the gentleman, I guess, who tried to rip him off. Okay. And or maybe that's where he bought. Let's see. That's when he bought the watch. Okay, that's when he bought the actual watch that the bracelet came on. He wears it on a strap. That's why he's selling this. He wore this on and off for a year. So it does have a year's worth of use. Still in really good shape. But he likes to use straps. So he's selling the bracelet. And it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. And this is that hidden clasp like Carlos has. This is pretty cool. Now maybe you guys can let me know in the chat what watches this will fit. Which date justs this will fit. That would be interesting to know. That information would be interesting to know. And so he is asking, okay, so I asked him the price, and he says, this is a little bit confusing. He says $1,300. He says $1,300 would be fair. And let's see, it's also a couple hundred more for those. Okay. As for shipping, I guess it would not be so dear, so add shipping on top, whatever it may be. Okay, so let's say $1,300 plus shipping. I think that's a pretty good buy. I did a couple of quick searches, and I don't think that price is out of line. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sharing it. I wouldn't be talking about it. But I think it's I think that's reasonable. Eduardo says probably wouldn't fit my 1601. Does anybody have any pearls of wisdom on that? Wonder if it would fit my 16710. Probably would need custom end links. Okay, Triforce Rich inquiring. Durr, if that guy ever wants to sell that Datejust in the future, it's going to take a beating on it without the bracelet. I agree, Durr. He's kind of locking himself in on the watch. Maybe he has no interest in selling it, and maybe he knows that he's always just going to wear it on straps. And so he figures, why just have the bracelet sitting around? But I agree with you. If he was planning on selling it at some point, I would keep the full kit. I would keep the full kit. But if you're not, here's the thing. If he's just going to keep the watch, he loves the watch, he's going to wear it the rest of his life, and he loves straps, then there's no reason to keep that bracelet sitting around. It's not doing anybody any good. Oh, somebody just tried to call in, and then they hung up. In other words, it's not doing anybody any good. And if he can get some money, and again, if he invests that money, remember, it's going to double in value every 7 years. So that $1,300 will add up over time and to be enough to buy another watch in 40 years, right? So do the math on that, folks. What is, okay, let's see how good you guys are at math. What's $1,300 if you double it every 7 years? What is $1,300 going to be worth in 40 years? In 40 years, what would $1,300 be worth? Let's see who gets that in the chat first. The bracelet will fit, that bracelet will fit a 16710 GMT2. Really? Well, that's interesting. Eduardo said would probably fit 5-6-digit date chest. Williams watches in the house. Maybe he has some pearls of wisdom. Eduardo, okay. You're turning into AC3. You're tuning into the AC3 stream again later. Okay, I'm not sure what that's all about. John's in the house. I have had one in the past. Will fit the 16710. Okay, there's some valuable information. It will fit the 16710. Let's show the photos one more time of the bracelet in question. There she blows, and looks like he's got the extra links that came with it. And it looks legit to me. He seems like a legit guy. I mean, I don't really know the guy, but my guess is it's a legit situation, folks. That's my guess. That be my guess. So how do you guys do a deal like that when somebody's in South Korea? How do you guys do a deal like that? Do you use some kind of a trusted third party? Do you use some sort of escrow service, or what do you do? I mean, you just send him the money and hope he sends you the bracelet? I mean, that would seem risky. How do you do a deal like that, folks? Let me know how you do the deal. Let's see. Maybe he found on bus stop and still has own bracelet. Okay. Kyle says, guys, who would be the best Skype call in Lamont, Corey, James Wilson, Ron the Shrink, Chip Wong, or Trashy Larry? Carlos is in the house. Something to take in consideration. I have a 7.5-inch wrist, and I needed an extra link for that bracelet. Well, yeah, your wrists are like tree trunks. Absolutely. I hear you, Carlos. Let's see here. Craig, did you hear about folks? By the way, Carlos, I think it might be a little more than 7.5 inches. Just saying. Because usually Rolex bracelets are designed to fit 7.5 inches or down. At least they used to be. So you might be just a little bit more than 7.5 inches. I'm just saying. Cheetown's in the house. Craig, did you hear about folks with 16610 Sea Dwellers using ceramic Submariner glide lock bracelets? Apparently the end links line up with the 16600 lugs and no, I didn't. That's all good information to know. Craig Boat says, Craig, who cares about these steel Rolex watches? I had 13 of them. Buy GS and call it a day. There you go. That's a big move. That's a big move. How about an 002? How about an 002 GS? What about that with a deployant clasp? What about that? What's the deal there? Look at that second hand. Look at the way the light plays off those indices. It's absolutely insane. You guys, again, I mean, you got to see the 002 in person. You can't. Video just can't convey the stunning, wrenching beauty of the 002. Kyle Jett, no question. Chip Wrong. I forgot Craig Boat, actually. Durr's in the house. I would love it if Lamont Skyped in and showed us his Sky Dweller. There you go. and somebody's poetry. I can't pronounce his name. He's got some information in there that I don't know exactly what that is. Sorry, I mean 16600 sea dwellers using 114060 and 116610 sub bracelets. Oh, okay. Let's see here. And Lance retracted a message. Let's see here. Okay. He's saying after 40 years, it would be $7,428. So yeah, his $1,300 would turn into $7,428. So he'd have $7,428 as opposed to a bracelet sitting in the box that he isn't using. So yeah, that would be a good move. Good math. Somebody's good at math. Williams watches, maybe not sure. The train wreck is getting out of control even by Archie standards. Eduardo, Rich, and Durr have spoken. Oh, is AOC, no, it's not AOC, it's AC3, right? Oh, same thing. Is he live now? Is that what you're saying? Because if he's live and you guys want to go over to his thing, I can end this one. I don't, it won't hurt my feelings. Kyle's in the house. Eduardo, Rich, and Durr have spoken. I wouldn't buy anything online that wasn't in driving distance. Jaden is, he's taking it careful. Durr's in the house. I wouldn't buy any luxury watch from an Asian country unless it was coming directly from an AD or it was a Seiko product. Too many fakes over there. Here's the thing. I mean, maybe it could be sent to a trusted third party, like a jeweler or something like that, that would agree to examine it. Somebody that would agree to do that. Obviously, you'd be pulling a favor, right? But if you know a jeweler that you can trust and you arrange with the seller to send it to that jeweler and say, hey, if the jeweler says it's real, I'll send you your money. That could be a possibility, right? Something like that. I think this guy's legit, tell you the truth, but who knows? Who knows? Let's see. Craig, did you hear about Kim Jong-un's sister, Kim Yo-Jun, blowing up a peace negotiations building? Apparently, some diplomat from Seoul offered her a tutor as a gift. Triforce Rich, I agree, but somehow I always manage to find myself tuning in. Okay. And Kevin D says around 50K. No, it wouldn't be. I don't think it would be $50,000. I don't know. I'm not so sure that math is okay. Around 50K. Okay. Really? Is it that much? That's impressive. Okay, Craig. No more steel Rolex, but I may have to buy Rolex for Bitcoin and sell for cash if someone doesn't help me get out of this hotel. Let's see here. Does your AD take Bitcoin, Craig? 2 Bitcoin for the O2? No, he doesn't. I asked Steve if he was considering accepting Bitcoin because I think his sales would increase if he took Bitcoin because there are Bitcoiners that will buy from people that accept it. But no, he doesn't accept Bitcoin. I think there are some that do, though. I think some of his competitors do, to tell you the truth. Carlos is in the house. I've sent you a photo measuring my wrist exactly 7.5 inches. How do I know that? Let's take a look at that. How do I know that's not tampered with, Carlos? Maybe it's tampered with. Let's take a look here. All right, we're going to take a look, and you guys can be the judge. Do you think that that's tampered with, that photo? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Do you think that that's tampered with? Let me know what you guys think. That wrist looks pretty big. I don't know. I think that might be a trick photography. Trick photography. You know how they can use photography to make some things look bigger or some things look smaller? You know what I mean? Let's count how much would be if I buy one link, okay? AC3's streams are unwatchable these days. Why? What's happening? I haven't watched any lately. What's going on over there? Carlos, your yellow dial doxa was looking good earlier, buddy. Okay. Let's see here. Carlos needs to call in and prove his doxa class is superior to the 231. Okay, that's a challenge. Carlos, if you want to Skype in and prove, put up or shut up time, okay? Prove that we'll have a clasp race. We'll do it live on the show and see who wins. Okay, they would take paper roll and cash only. 3 rolls for Rolex. Carlos, that's not how you measure your wrist. Triforce Rich is calling him out. And Carlos says, how should I measure it? You need to measure lower than your wrist bone. Your wrist is definitely bigger than 7.5 inches. Oh, he's calling him out. Triforce Rich is calling him out. Who's AC3? Archie Luxury. There you go. All right, this has been an intervention show in addition to an emergency broadcast. We've had an intervention on Carlos's wrist. And by the way, folks, on another subject, and I'll be doing a video maybe early next week, maybe Monday-ish, something like that. We were talking about the high-end dress shoes, and somebody told me that Johnson & Murphy, that they're still in business. I had no idea. I thought they'd gone out of business years ago. I wonder if somebody bought up the name and took it over and kind of cheapened it up. Maybe somebody can tell me what's going on with Johnston & Murphy. They were high-end, not super high-end, but, they sold shoes and they were decent quality, Johnson & Murphy. Wonder what's going on with them. It'd be interesting to know what's behind that whole situation, because I thought they'd gone out of business. Let's see. Was that wrist photographed in a rearview mirror? Measure where you wear your watch, not like a cuff measurement for a suit. Okay, no problem. We can try to measure my wrist too. Urban Gentry, taking a break from watches is probably healthy for that channel. This watch YouTube community is just too toxic. CAC3. I can't stand his videos, and the algorithm is always telling me to watch his videos. Well, that's probably because you watch them. Is doxa homage of doxa? Craig, 3 Bitcoin for your entire collection. Let me think. Bitcoin's around 9,300 now. Nope, that's not enough. Maybe 4. Maybe 4 Bitcoin. That might work. What do you think? 4 Bitcoin? What would that be? Okay, let me do some quick math here. We'll do a deal right here, right now. Okay, so let's call it 9,300. And it's headed down, by the way. So 9,300 times, what did I say, 4? Times 4 Bitcoin. That's 37,200. So yeah, I'll take 4 Bitcoin. 4 Bitcoin for the 3 stunners. For those 2 stunners right there, the titanium dive watch stunner, the 231, the most accurate 231 on the planet, stunningly accurate. And the 005, of course, it's accurate, 9F movement. The 005 9F stunner on the right. And the super rare 18 karat gold 002 stunner with deployant clasp, 4 Bitcoin. 4 Bitcoin. We'll do the deal right now. My Bitcoin address is on my website, CraigShipp.com. I think you click on the About section and you'll find it. Anyway, my address is there. Send 4 Bitcoin and we'll do the deal right now. Let's see, a bunch of middle-aged, needy men with a bunch of money to spend on trinkets, acting like toxic juvenile bullies on YouTube. No way. I clicked on this video once or twice and was enough for me to stay away, but it doesn't mean he doesn't pop up. Okay. If you watch one type of watch channel. YouTube seems to recommend them all. Oh, okay. None of them has a bunch of money. At least Clive has a decent job. Okay, well, there you go. What does he do? I know he's a lawyer, but does he, like, I guess he, like, gets drunk drivers off, stuff like that? Is that what he does? All right. Well, this thing is grinding slow, man. This show is grinding slow, and we're coming up on just 30 minutes in. We might not even make 30 minutes on this broadcast, much less 2 hours. Durr wanted 2 hours. I don't see any action. I don't see anything going on. Let's see. And Carlos hasn't called in. So far we've got a total fail here. A total fail. Let's do another time check while we're figuring this out. And Craig Boat says, bring back your other girlfriend, Craig. She's better than the new one. She had natural charisma. You know it's true, Craig. I'll send her Bitcoin. Well, Audrey is very special, but Audrey has pulled away from social media. So Audrey is not an option, and Bree is lovely anyhow. So there you go. Bree is absolutely lovely.
Hello,
and
Craig.
Carlos, we don't have a video feed yet. No video feed.
No video? No?
Got to turn on your camera. There we go. Okay, we got Carlos in the house. All right.
How are you?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay. So, okay, we got the Jubilee sent, the Jubilee isn't a president. Okay. Let's see.
By the way,
I got
someone,
okay.
I got the watch with that bracelet in case someone wants to check anything or whatever.
Absolutely. So somebody wants to see what it'll look like. Absolutely. That's a stunning bracelet. And if you didn't have that bracelet, you'd probably be interested in the one that's for sale, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. But you've already got it, so you don't need it. But and that one's holding up good?
Yes, but really, it's a watch that I have not used in the last close to 2 years or something. Especially since I have the date, I never use this watch. I don't know what I will do with
got
this.
a couple of comments. Let's catch up on real quick here. Fella says, Craig, are you jealous of Rich Buddy's collection? What is Rich Buddy's collection? Do you know, Carlos?
Yeah, he has nice watches. He has.
Does he have anything as nice as? Does he have anything as nice as the 002?
He has a very nice date, for example.
Yeah, but that's kind of the day-date's kind of ordinary, though. I mean, the 002 kind of takes it to another level. So, no, I don't think I'd be jealous of his collection then, if that's what he's got.
He has several. I think that he has a Hulk. He has, I think, a Batman too. He has.
Yeah, Batman's okay. Batman's okay, but still, nothing you've mentioned would trump the 002. So far, I would not be jealous.
Yeah. He has a Patek 5196.
Yeah,
This is rose gold. But,
that would. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah. So yeah, no, he had. I think Rich Buddy needs to talk to me. I need to straighten him out. He needs a little bit of intervention with his collection there. He needs to juggle some things around a little bit. All right, let's catch up here. Craig, can you tell us any stories about classic Italian cars you worked with? You know what? We never messed around much with the Italian stuff. It was really a bag of hurt, and you really had to know what you were doing if you were messing with like Ferraris and things like that. And so we kind of stayed away from them. I had some British cars. I had some Jaguars and things like that, but even those were problematic. But never got into the Ferrari thing. So no on that. Let's see here. Man, Craig Boat must really be bored to create an entire profile making fun of someone else. Well, there you go. Carlos, can you flash your day date? They want you to flash your day date.
I have it in the safe now,
Okay, so it's in the safe right now.
and
So
I am in the pool.
okay, so you're doing a measurement now on your wrist. Okay.
In fact, that photo is from 6 months ago or something, and I
Mm-hmm.
think that I've lost a bit of weight on this quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how should I measure this. Uh,
Well, I mean that's still close to 7.5. Still, I gotta hang up that call.
okay,
Somebody was
and let's
trying to call.
try voice now. Maybe the same that happened to me with the date. On the date, I remove one link. Yeah, maybe now it's a bit too loose. Maybe,
Okay,
yeah,
so because of
maybe now
so so
now I
so
could remove one link as
so,
I did the
so
date. Yeah,
yeah, so you probably wouldn't have to buy a link if your
no,
wrist stayed this size.
now no.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that,
but
but
we don't know for sure if it's going to stay this size, right? Once the quarantine's over, are you going to try to stay the same size?
yeah, yeah, or yeah, 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 yes, yeah. The thing is, if you don't eat outside, and yeah, it's
Now Durr says I'm still ticked off at Rolex for discontinuing the Batman. Oh, I much prefer the Batgirl with the Jubilee bracelet. I think that's a much more interesting, stunning piece. I would always go with a Jubilee on a GMT. That's a stunning combo. Let's see. Triforce Switch says
but
Carlos.
definitely now I will not need the extra link now.
Okay. All right. So Triforce Rich says time for the Doxa, the live Doxa competition. Okay. All right. But I'm gonna have to get the 231 to do that. Well, first of all, let's have you try the Doxa. Do you have the Doxa handy?
Yes, well, I
Uh,
was wearing it.
okay. I want to see you demonstrate the change to the camera so we can see you and see your arm and everything. We got to have a little bit wider shot, I think. Well, okay,
Yeah,
let's do a close up. Okay, we'll do a close up. Okay, so I want you to when I say go, okay, I want you to just the first test is just extending it 1 millimeter. Okay, when I say
one
go,
millimeter. I
yeah,
don't know
when I
one
say
millimeter.
go.
Did
Okay, well,
not say
wait till I say go. Wait till I say go, and just 1 millimeter. Okay, not three
I don't
millimeters,
know
not six.
what the
Just a little bit, just a slight, very slight extension. Okay. All right.
okay.
So wait till I say go. Okay. So go.
Yeah, like that.
Okay. Okay. See it. That took you long. I can guarantee you I can
It's
do
the
it quicker.
same.
I guarantee you I can do it quicker on my 231 because you had to fiddle with
Maybe
it
you
some.
have more practice.
Aha! No. You've had to watch a while. Okay. So you failed that one. Okay.
No, I
So
don't
now, and
know.
I'm not even going to go get the 231 because I can easily beat that time. Okay. So now let's do the open and
Well, I haven't practiced, and
no,
it's
that's okay. Now let's do the open
okay.
and take it.
Another
Uh,
another try.
no. This test, the
Okay,
next test is removing it completely from your wrist and closing the clasp, and then opening the clasp and putting it back on your wrist. So complete cycle. Okay, so go. Okay, we'll see how he's doing it. He's taking it off. We can't see though. The problem is we can't see the whole thing. Okay, now.
the
Wait,
same.
did you take it completely off your wrist? You got to take it
Yes.
completely off. Okay, all right, good. Okay, now put it back on. Yeah, that's about the same. That's no different, really. I mean, I can do it. I might be able to do it a little faster. Yeah, see, you don't even have it fastened because you had that tape measure in the way. That was the fault of the tape measure, though. Okay, well, I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, but I think the two
But
three one.
also, I think that you should give this an extra point because the material. I think that a mill clasp should be recognized too.
Well, if you like that sort of
Instead
thing,
of
I
instead
mean,
of
if you're
of
hung up,
stamps.
if you're hung up on it being a milled clasp, but I don't care if it's a milled clasp or not. Mine's fine. I mean,
Well,
that's
okay.
a thing. I mean, these people that get hung up on these things that don't really matter. I mean, it would be one thing if the stamped clasp that I have were to fail. In other words, if it didn't hold up, right? But just to mill it because you can mill it,
Yeah, but
there's no
in my
real.
opinion, it's just nicer. I'm nicer,
Okay, you're breaking
in
up a
my
little bit.
opinion. Yeah.
Well, yeah, a lot of people have that opinion, and it's been mostly propagated by the watch community, where it's a big deal that it be a milled clasp, and and they've all made a big deal out of it. But the bottom line is, if the clasp works great,
I think
and it's not, and it's even a
I
little
think
bit
that they're
lighter.
losing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry.
your internet connection, I think, is getting dicey. You're connected by Wi-Fi, right?
Yes, but
Yeah.
should be
Okay.
good. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah, but I think that you should, in my opinion, yeah, for sure, the clasp of the 231 is great, but in my opinion, a milk clasp is nicer.
okay. Well, a
And
lot of
yeah, and
people, yeah,
also,
a lot of people have that opinion, but like I say, I mean, it's not really borne out
and
by
also
fact.
look this extension. In my opinion, this extension, uh, instead of having all the holes and all the things, I think that the
And
extension
and and
is
and
nicer.
it looks good. I know it looks nice. I like it. And Triforce Rich says, "Give him practice. Don't cheat." and and Parter, I can't. I wish I could pronounce the name. He says 2 millimeter. Okay, and Durr of course says Doxa class greater than GS class, and the Doxa is less than a fraction of the cost. Okay, that Doxa class is better, says Triforce. I like the Doxa a lot. It would be great step up from my Seiko SKX, says G-Town. Let,
A point that I will give to the 231
mm-hmm.
is regarding security, because I think that the kind of the extra close that you have,
The flip lock.
maybe is more difficult to have an accidental opening. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, it's pretty
Maybe.
much impossible. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to flip
Yeah.
the flip lock and the twin locks on the side. I mean, it's yeah.
Maybe. I
But
don't
but
know.
you've got twin locks. You got locks on both sides, so those usually don't accidentally open. When I had my Omega that had only one button on the one side, my Seamaster 120, that would occasionally
No.
open accidentally. But when you got a button on both sides, it would be rare for you to accidentally trigger both of those.
And look, what a nice logo for a
Mm-hmm.
diving watch. Yeah.
It is pretty
It's
cool.
nice.
No, it's pretty. The Dokes is pretty cool. It's just the watch itself is kind of a little bit ugly.
Yeah, I agree.
it's
I
a little.
agree. I
It's a little
can
bit.
remember that I
It's a little
ordered a
bit of an ugly
different model.
duckling. But okay, so let's.
But I really like is the color. For me, it's something that is very bright and fun, and also it's very well.
Now,
And
what size is yours? The Cheetown is saying, does the Doxa sub 42 mil wear similarly to the SKX? What size is your Doxa?
uh, I don't know. I think that is 42, or I don't know. I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay. Okay. The Doxa clasp is thinner than the GS class, and the metal is thicker, and it has great extension. Doxa for the win, says Durr. Now, do you have micro adjustments on that one?
No, it doesn't.
Okay,
But
so you
one
don't have
thing
micro
that
adjustments
is
either.
important to consider is that look the size of the links. The links are quite short.
Well, I have
Then
some half links too on the
yeah,
231.
yeah, but all the links are not
But see,
big.
I like having the 4 micro adjustments, so you don't have those either. So yeah, that would be a fail.
In my case, I usually wear it without the extension or in the just one point or just like
Yeah,
this.
yeah. Yeah, I would want to have the micro adjustments. So there's a fail right there. So all right, well, I mean, it's okay. I like the bead of rice links.
No, the bracelet is great.
Yeah.
In fact, I was amazed. Originally, I had the idea of putting it on a NATO, But after reading about the Doxa bracelet, I changed my mind and I
Yeah,
ordered it.
Jaden says if Rolex never switched over to a milled clasp, everyone would be saying stamped is better.
Really?
If Rolex was still using stamped, yeah, sure they would. Absolutely they would. 1970s goodness with great proportions, says Cheesetown. They're liking your Doxa. Williams Watches says, what dial would you go with? Okay. Ter says,
But it's
the
what that's something that you hate. This is a bit slow too.
what now?
This watch is a bit slow.
Oh
Something that
yeah,
you
no, that
really
would be
hate.
no. I would hit it with a hammer. That would be it. It would be done for me. I would not put up with that. That's a
Not much,
total.
but
Yeah, no, that.
I really don't care much. I
That's why I
usually
sold
think
my.
that could be.
That's why I sold my SBDC 007, the Shogun, because it was running
Yeah.
slow. I loved that watch, but it was
Mm.
running slow. I got rid of it. And Durr says the GS clasp is like paying 100x more for a single ply toilet paper. Yes, it works, but paying a lot less for 2-ply is a big win. Well, how about if you have a bidet, Durr? What about if you have a bidet? How does that work out then? Tim's in the house. I prefer the blue Doxa myself. Okay. Um,
That is the good thing. There are a
the
lot of colors to
and,
choose.
and Triforce Rich says the funny thing is Durr owns a GS watch with that clasp and he's trashing it. Well, yeah, he'll trash anything. He's an equal opportunity trasher. But the thing is, Durr's got a date 8 now, so all he has to do is just wear the date 8 and just not sweat don't sweat the small stuff. You know what the rule is, Carlos? Life's number one rule
Yeah.
is don't sweat the small stuff, and the second part of that rule is it's all small stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't sweat the small stuff, Durr. You got a date 8, just wear it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Now, Durr says, now I got to add a Doxa to the watch box. Thanks, Carlos. There you go.
It's nice. The only thing I would prefer a regular vessel. Yes, this diving vessel could be interesting to do some calculation,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a bit. The thing is the traditional vessel on Doxa. The operation is very good too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a nice watch.
Now
And
you've had that in the pool swimming and everything, and no leaks.
yes, of course. Yeah. Every day. Now every day.
No leaks at all.
No,
Okay.
no.
Good.
No, it's
Good.
the screw crown. I don't know how many
Okay,
liters
Tim.
it is, but a
Tim.
lot.
Tim says the real test for a diver is how legible it is underwater. Carlos, can you show us the watch in the pool? So he wants to see what it's like underwater.
Well, yes. I can show it on the pool. What do you want?
Okay.
That I throw it to the bottom of the pool?
No. He wants
we
you to
can try.
go. He wants you in the pool with it on your arm and have it submerged.
We can try to throw it to the
No.
bottom.
Don't do that, Carlos. Don't do that. You could damage it.
This is not going. Can you see the lizard?
Oh
Can
yeah,
you see?
yeah. I can see him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feed him?
Yeah. No.
Okay. Okay.
Those are a basilisk, one of those lizards that. Let's see how it
Somebody's
goes.
asking me how slow it is. They're asking. You threw it in the water?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! He threw it in the water for gosh sakes.
It full. That is a 1.9 meters.
Okay, so I see it. I see it on the bottom. I can see it on the bottom. Now, is your phone waterproof that you're streaming with?
It's supposed. Yeah, it's supposed.
So you can.
I've never tried.
So you can go in. So you can go in and give us a close up of the watch underwater with the phone.
Okay, let's do it. I've never. It's supposed that the iPhone 11 is waterproof, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Okay, let's try.
the, the, oh my gosh, he jumped in and it froze. And we lost the connection. That's it. Okay. Carlos jumped in the pool. Hey, Carlos, we lost the connection.
Now what?
We we lost the connection when you went in the water. I guess the Wi-Fi signal cut out.
Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
I
That's a beautiful spread.
can
That's a beautiful place you've got there.
now
Uh,
I can now what is the other here? Now it's in the bottom of the pool.
okay.
Can you read it? Okay. Now the thing is the water is moving, but yeah.
Okay. You,
Can you
I
read
think the microphone is full of water now. You're garbled. You sound garbled.
Yeah.
Oh well. And Triforce Rich says this is how Rolex tests water pressure. A rich Spanish man chucks it in the deep end of the pool. If it survives 6 feet, might as well label it good for diving. Kyle Jet's in the house. He says
It
live
seems that
TV.
I assume that some water get into the microphone.
It's supposed to automatically blow it out, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe you have to reboot it, and when you reboot it, maybe it'll blow the water out. Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have.
I assume that probably it has
I
some
think it
water
automatically,
in the
after a
microphone.
time, blows it out. I think that's the way it's supposed to do. And somebody says no Wi-Fi, 345G underwater. Wi-Fi signals don't travel through water. Leslie says, ha ha ha. Okay.
All right.
That was the greatest thing I've
Let's
ever
try
seen,
now.
says Durr. Durr says that was the greatest thing he's ever seen. And Triforce Rich
In
says,
fact, I really can see the tank. Yeah.
yeah, I can
In
see
the
it.
end of the pool.
Yeah, I can see it. And let's see. Okay, so here, let's do this test. You need to put it back on your wrist, and you need to put it about 6 inches in the underwater, and let us see what it looks like 6 inches underwater. See how legible it is. Okay, on your wrist. Okay. And let's see. Leslie says classic Carlos. And Durr says, I'm laughing so hard I'm coughing. Uh-oh, I hope you don't have the thing. And Carlos just made my day with that. Triforce Rich, you need to edit this out of the stream and release it as a separate video. iPhone and Doc's water test. I didn't want him to damage the watch and the phone. Williams watches is laughing. Let's try a test. Oh, they want you to try the same test with the Patek 5196.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, get it 6
16
inches underwater. Let's see what it looks like. Hold it still. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it looks good. It's hard to tell. Your signal's not the greatest, but I think it looks very legible. I think it's fine. I think it passes both the legibility test and the pool drop test. That's a pool drop test. We just lost the. You better get closer to your Wi-Fi router. Your signal's cutting it out. Can you go back closer so we can do a summary on this? Go closer to your router.
It's supposed that now I should have good Wi-Fi.
Okay, you're under.
The problem that I have is not as much with the Wi-Fi. The thing is, the internet provider is quite bad.
here.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I had to do something to have good Wi-Fi here,
Hmm.
and I installed this device that I am going to show you.
Okay.
That is a outdoor access point
Okay.
that is wired with Cat 6
Okay. Got you. So your
cable.
problem is the backhaul. The backhaul is not the greatest. Your actual
Yeah,
provider. Okay, I'm with you now. Okay,
yeah.
so we have another special request. They want to do the same test with the Patek 5196.
Yeah, that will be yeah, yeah. For the it will the problem will be the strap. I understand. No, the
Y-
only problem will
Well,
be
I
the
think it
strap.
might also get scratched. I mean, I wouldn't throw an 18
Oh,
karat
my,
gold Patek in the pool. I don't think that would be a good move. So okay, Durr says I'm so glad I just watched that live. That was awesome. And Dirk says, Carlos, please put on your date for us. What's in the safe? He'll next time
it,
next time he calls in, he'll do the date. That's not
yeah.
we can't do everything one in the same
Tomorrow
day.
I will use it.
Wow, look
Tomorrow
at
I have
that.
to go again to the Spanish embassy, and I will use it tomorrow.
Well, look, it looks nice and clean now. The Doxa
Hmm.
looks really good. Got a little
Yeah,
bath, got a little bathing. It looks good.
yeah.
All right. I'm warming to that watch. I really am. I'm warming to that watch. Okay.
Hmm.
And Zeus Al says that was truly hilarious. Okay. And Trashy Larry says, I've not seen Carlos this wet before. Well, you got to tune in more often. He's wet. He's wet from time to time on the show. And Lance says hello to Trashy. He should dry the speaker holes on the bottom of the phone. Look, Carlos is soaking wet. Absolutely, he's wet. There you go. Um, all right. We're Do you have any parting words?
No, no, nothing,
Okay.
nothing,
And if it doesn't,
nothing.
if the
Just saying thank you again. That and saying hello to all the folks. That we have a great time every day with you.
absolutely. All right. Well, thanks for calling in. We're going to check the email. Lance sent some
Okay,
watch for us to look at. So we'll see you in the
okay. Bye
chat.
bye.
Take care.
Bye bye.
That's Carlos. That was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Live TV, folks. Live TV. That's amazing stuff. The Dokes, I have to say, it's an impressive piece. I admit when I'm wrong. It's an impressive piece. I really like that bracelet too. I do have to tell you, but it doesn't really trump the 231. Oh my gosh, look at this ugly piece. Look at this ugly piece. Oh, by the way, I'm going to show you another ugly piece. And one thing I want you to notice about this strap on this ugly piece here is see that center link at the up at the case at the center link that meets the now I'm losing the term for the piece that meets the case. Anyway, the link that is in the middle there, notice that? Not real attractive, okay? Okay, I'm going to show you another piece that somebody sent me an email about. And I mean, people just paying way too much money for watches. So he sent me an email about this Patek, this video about the quality control or lack thereof on the Aquanaut. And this is one ugly watch. Let's see here.
Patek
I'm going
Philippe is the
to go
brand that
forward.
arguably stands for a
I wanna
large
skip
community
forward.
of watch collectors as the benchmark for
How come it won't let me skip forward?
the watch in totality.
How can I?
That is not just
Okay, I want to skip.
the Patek Philippe.
I want to get to where we can see the bracelet. Okay, here, where he's talking about the bracelet. Talk about ugly.
becomes a part
Okay,
of your wrist,
see,
enabling the cuffs
That
to slide over
bracelet
at easiest.
almost looks like.
The bracelet sticks straight
See
down
where
on
that
it,
center
and
link
this is the advantage
meets-
the bracelet has over rubber strap-on Equanaut, which flares out a bit
It
before
almost
it goes
looks
down.
like a
So if you have a smaller wrist,
Invicta
bracelet
or
might be
something.
your better option. The
The
bracelet does hug the wrist
Gosh.
very well.
I would absolutely pass. Watch that video, okay? Watch. There's the title of the video. Watch that video. He picks it apart quality-wise, but I would just pick it apart just period. I just think it's not an attractive watch. I wouldn't wear the puppy. I'd pass on that puppy. Let's see here. Let's see. My goodness, Tag made some dogs. Woof, woof. That's fool's gold. That watch should be melted down for the gold value. Thanks, Carlos. That was a scream. Okay. Glad you liked it. Thank you, Carlos. There you go. So, okay. That's pretty cool. We're coming up on an hour, and we did good. Now, just to recap, we've got a gentleman that is trying to sell a Super Jubilee, and it is very interesting, and the contact information is in the description of this video. But there's the bracelet in question. They term it a Super Jubilee, I guess, because it has the hidden clasp, right? And he did buy the Rolex new that the bracelet came on, but he likes to use it on a strap. And so he's willing to sell this puppy for $1,300 plus shipping. That is a decent deal, as far as I can tell. So, and he seems legit to me, but again, I can't really personally vouch for the guy. I don't know him. He's just a subscriber. He sent me this email with the documentation. And if you decide to move on that, do so at your own risk. G-Town, Patek should learn a lesson from Rolex about end length conformity with the lugs. That's a horrible. Yeah, I mean, my gosh, it looks terrible. And the whole design of the bracelet, the whole thing looks very marginal. Patek has made some great bracelets in the past. I've seen some gorgeous bracelets. They're capable of doing it, but that's not that. Let's see. I cannot see any new scratches on the watch. There you go. Well, the H2O, it slowly goes down and then hits the bottom because H2O gives a lot of resistance, right? So it's not like you dropped it from like 6 feet to the ground. The water slows it down significantly. So yeah, it's probably fine. Let's see. Trashy Larry was hit by a wrench, it looks like. That bracelet looks like something a micro brand would source G-Town in the house. Yeah, I don't know what Patek was thinking on that number. And hi, Craig, and all says Tom. Tom's probably just now getting up. Unfortunately, we're just now wrapping up. Sorry, Tom. We got to do some later shows for Tom. We got to figure that out. Yes, I think so. Should not be a problem. Okay. I'm not sure what we're talking about there, but that would be good. Okay, and before we wrap up, I'm going to show you one more time the lovely Briefit Dances website in case somebody wants to become a Patreon and help her create some content and so forth. And she's also got to raise some money for her tuition that she's got to pay in the fall. She's got 2 more years. She got her 2-year degree. She's got 2 more years to go to get her 4-year degree. So anyone that wants to become a Patreon and help her out, she's a lovely young lady, and it would not hurt to give her a little bit of help. Somebody's been trying to call me. I don't know who it is. It's probably just a scammer, but I better wrap this up and go ahead and call it a day. It's coming up exactly on an hour. We've been live for an hour, and that's pretty good. That's pretty good. We will keep you posted as we march into the weekend. Tomorrow's Friday, and we got a weekend coming in here, and we'll try to keep the beat keep the beat going. Thanks everybody for, how shall I say, for tuning in. And again, briefitdance.com, briefitdance.com.